Thank you, Urge Platform, for being here. Thank you for allowing me to have the opportunity to express myself. So, the CEO of the Urge Platform reached out to me and asked me to speak. But to be honest, I didn't know what to say. And I know that might kind of sound funny as being an author speaking on personal development and self help. Really? Personal development, self help development person doesn't know what to say? But yes, I really didn't know what to say. However, I realized in 1900, there was a lady whose mother suffered multiple sclerosis. She had a dream, an idea to write a book. However, it didn't come into fruition then. But she still kept on with that dream. She got married, she had a child, but a year later, the marriage was over. That idea and vision was still in her head. I say that to say, when you have something that's pressing on your head, that idea that keeps on showing up, you have to speak about it. So literally, when he asked me what to say, I got it. I know exactly what to talk about. And that's why I relayed the message back to, gave you guys that reference point. Because that story right there is the basis of what I'm going to be talking about. She was a single mother on unemployment, not able to take care of her child. And then amidst that adversity is when she propelled and persisted to start the creation of this novel. In spite of finishing the novel and being denied 12 times by publishers, she still persisted to getting her book out there. See, in the midst of going through success in your endeavors, you will be faced with adversity. You will be faced with roadblocks. And you need to understand this. That is just there as a test for your testimony. The test is to see how bad do you really want it, right? She could have gave up at the 12 publisher, but she didn't give up. Now her book is a world-class novel, a best-selling book, over 500 million copies sold. So whenever anybody asks you, what do you have to say? Express yourself, because you don't know whose life you are going to change by giving your ideas, your wisdom, and the knowledge, right? Most of the people that I've learned from, to be honest, have been deceased. And you may ask, how is that possible? You know how that's possible? Because you can learn a lot from people in books. Books are the greatest things we have on the earth, and we should treasure them. Because a wise man once told me, it's great to learn from your mistakes, but it's even better and intelligent to learn from others' mistakes. So the best way you can learn, get different experiences, understand about history, understand about different strategies on how to perform things, is through books. So now I'll go into the story on how the book Profit for Profit, 9 Keys Millennials Can Gain Success Through Personal Development, was formulated. I was sitting down in the car with a friend listening to a song called Blessings by Big Sean and Drake. And Kanye West was on it as well. And the song touched us to the point that we said, hey, we need to create something, content, that's going to inspire people even when we're not here. Because that song gave us so much motivation and propelled us to do something great for the world. So with that song, which was once an idea, we created the book Profit for Profit. And the amazing thing about it is, I finally knew what to say just now, because I realized our goal in life is to leave a legacy and create a positive impression on people we come in contact with. So the basic of this conversation is everyone leaves a legacy. Are you going after success or are you going after greatness? So let's break down what success is, right? Success is a worthy goal or idea that you're moving towards, right? Let's say somebody wants to be a great soccer player. The fact that that person is practicing their dribbling, working out every day, they're going to that worthy goal and idea. So that makes them successful, right? That's a goal that they have internally for themselves. But when we're thinking about greatness and influence in the world and making a difference, that's a whole different bracket because you have to be selfless. You have to go out in the world and make a difference, not only in your life, but make a difference in others' lives, right? Time after time again, we remember the people that were selfless. We remember the people that didn't just think about themselves, right? When Martin Luther King got locked up, we don't remember him for that, right? He could have said, no, I reached my level of success. I did everything that was enough for the civil rights movement. But he said, no, I have a dream, and that dream must be televised. That dream must be showed and broadcasted to the world. And that's what we remember him for. We don't remember what people's failures were, right? We remember the adversity that they faced and triumphed over, right? We remember the things that were in their way. However, they were able to move across that obstacle. So in the book, Profit for Profit, one of the main things is talked upon is what type of legacy are you going to leave? What is your imprint that you're going to have on the world? How would you be remembered? And that's a very important thing. Like I said before, most of the people I learned from are deceased. Books create a long-lasting impression on people because not only are you understanding a different perspective from somebody's mind, it puts you in a different location, right, within your mind. I picked up a book on the transatlantic slave trade, and just to see how these people persevered, being stripped from their heritage, their land, and all of what they're accustomed to, and come to a new land, and had to survive harsh condition, and still made it. That right there is magnificent. That right there is magnificent. So the question arises again, what will you be remembered for? Are you chasing success or are you chasing greatness? How will your life be told? And the best way to express yourself and express what you've been through is through a book. I say that because one of the most valuable ways people learn is through reading, but as well as through seeing, right, and visualizing. And this is why we're doing this here, right, having a conversation up close in person. Because by you having the interaction with me and I'm talking, right, certain, and this is scientifically proven, right, conversations stimulate your mental, right? It allows you to start thinking differently and having different perspectives. So when you're reading that book, right, it allows you to understand a different perspective. It improves your cognition, right? And it opens you up to another level of thinking. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to impact the world at large. You can't just think about yourself. You have to be selfless. All the great leaders that come before us have created platforms, ideas, and services that impact the world. You're probably currently going to see this through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TEDx. All of these platforms was once created by one person, which was an idea to allow people to express themselves. We want greatness, we got to think bigger than us. We got to think worldwide. We got to think how we are going to move society, how we are going to change the trajectory of the civilization we have. And in times of these, we see who truly is going for greatness. In this time and age, my mentor said, success can be very easy because a lot of people are not trying, which is very true, right? We're living now in a more comfortable day and age, right? When my parents used to go to school, right, 50, 60 years ago, they had to walk to a library about 5-10 miles just to pick up a book. Now, we can go online on Amazon or literally drive in our cars to pick up a book. So we have information and knowledge at our disposal. However, because we have easy access to it, it doesn't mean that we are obtaining the information and implementing it into our lives. So I say this to say, we have to use our resources, right? We have to use our resources. We have to have a covenant with ourselves and the universe to understand that we are all put here for a reason. We are all going to leave a legacy, right? Whether it's good or bad, right? But how do you want to be remembered, right? That's the reason why I created the book Profit for Profit and the last book that we just created called Own Yourself. And one person asked me, what does own yourself mean? Great question. Thank you for asking. Because I know that question is going to be asked. My whole thought process behind Own Yourself is truly developing into the person you want to be and having unconditional love and self-belief in every ounce, every being, every atom within your being. Because we are truly magnificent beings. What do you want to leave in this world? Do you want to leave success or do you want to have greatness? And if you want to leave greatness, you and just like everybody on the stage can leave greatness through telling their story, right? Each and every one of us has a story to tell. Each and every one of us has been through trials and tribulations that people can learn from. And not only that, we have stories that we can create that can inspire nations. Like they say, conversations rule nations. Conversation can change nations. The power of effective communication can change lives, can inspire people, can influence masses if you can articulate your words and deliver a message, right? So I say that to say, make sure that the legacy you leave can be found in the next Bible or the next Holy Scripture, and you are going to be the one that's going to leave the legacy, even when you're not here, that people can go back to and retrieve the information, knowledge, and wisdom that you have, that people can benefit from. And then you will have greatness. So now you may ask, I want to achieve greatness. I want to inspire, and I want to create a piece of work that's going to be here forever, for ages, eons of time, right? Great, that's a great question. I'm actually having a master class coming soon, teaching people how to turn that idea the book idea into reality, how to turn it into fruition. Because as we're going for greatness, we're looking at inspiring people, making a huge difference on the world, and allowing people to understand that they have latent potential within them, and their birthright is to succeed and have greatness. We've been created by the infinite, right? So by that being said, don't ever limit yourself. Whatever you're going through right now is just a test. Like I said, a test, which is going to be a testimony for someone else. So keep your ideas, keep everything you've been through with you. Put it in that book and inspire the masses. Like I said before, I've learned a lot from people throughout my life, but I also learned a lot through people who've been deceased, who've created a book that I can always go back to and retrieve, that can enhance my thinking, give me a different way of looking. What are you going for? Success or greatness? If you choose greatness, like I choose greatness, to influence, to be an inspiration, a beacon of light, let me help you with a helping hand to write your book, to write your novel, to turn that idea into an actual living artifact that can make changes and influence the world. My masterclass is coming up: how to write a book within 30 days, how to get it published, how to edit the book, as well as how to market your book, right? How to format it, illustrations, and lastly, how to add your signature touch to it. So if you will be interested in that, the information will be at the bottom. And once again, just remember that question. Everyone leaves a legacy. Are you chasing success or greatness? Remember that question, and you can answer it within yourself. Thank you all for taking time out to listen to this today, and I hope this has added a lot of value to you guys. And before I leave, I'll definitely say one thing. Thank you for investing in yourself. You. By you just sitting here and taking time out to enhance your level of thinking, get a different perspective from someone, your life will never be the same again. And I can assure you that.